Hi everybody, and welcome to part 2 of your Picasso portrait. So today we're going to be coloring in our Picasso portrait, and we want to do that using complementary colors, or colors that are opposite from each other on the color wheel. So I put a little chart in the top right just for you to reference to, because we're going to be using a lot of complementary color combinations in this artwork. So we're going to begin by coloring in the face of our Picasso portrait, and I'm going to choose blue and orange as my first set of complementary colors. So one half of my face will be blue, and the other half will be orange. You're welcome to choose a different complementary color combination if you'd like red and green, or purple and yellow. That's up to you. So while I'm coloring in my face, you'll see I'm using very light pressure with my crayon. Don't press too hard throughout this part. We want our face to look very faintly colored to begin, and then later we'll be pressing harder with the crayon to add shading. I'll be speeding parts of this video up, so feel free to pause if you need more time to color in your face. I'm going to do the same thing on the left. I'm coloring with orange this time, and I'm pressing very lightly with my crayon. Now it's time to go in with a little bit more pressure, and we're only going to be coloring in dark in areas where there might be a shadow. So I'm going to go underneath of the eye. I'll go a little bit under the eyebrow. Other places that would be dark would be underneath of your hair, your nose, and even under your lips a little bit. One more area that you definitely want to be darker and don't want to forget is underneath of your head, on your neck. So right underneath of your chin, you should press harder with your crayon to get a shadow. Moving on to my orange, I'm going to repeat those same steps, just pressing a little bit harder underneath of my eyes, underneath of my eyebrow, underneath of my hair, side of my nose, under my lips, and definitely underneath of your head on your neck. And I almost forgot my ears. Don't forget to color in your ears as well, because that is also going to be a skin tone. Now I'm going to get into some different complementary color combinations, and I'm going to color in my hair. So I want one half of my hair to be purple, meaning the other half should be yellow. I'm going to do my purple hair on my orange face side, and same thing, I'm going to press pretty light with my purple and fill in all of the hair on the left. After that, I'll pick up my yellow and fill in all of my hair on the right with that. For your eyebrows, you can choose to keep your eyebrows the same color as the hair on that side, or switch it up if you'd like. I'm going to keep mine the same color as the hair on the head. Now for some shading in the hair. Instead of pressing hard with the same color again, I'm going to change it up by putting some blue shading in my purple hair, meaning I need to do orange shading in my yellow hair, since blue and orange are opposites. So I'm just pressing a little bit harder with that blue crayon than I was pressing with the purple, and I'm going to go over some of my hair texture lines that I added last week. And when I am done with that, I'll repeat the same step. A little bit of orange over top of my yellow. Not too much, because I do want my hair to still look mainly yellow. Done with those, and now I am on to my eyes. And I want to do green for one of my eyes, meaning I need red for the other one, because green and red are opposite colors. And I still want to play around with that pressure control, so I'm going to press harder on the top of my eye, a little bit lighter on the bottom. Same thing with the green, harder on the top and a little bit lighter on the bottom, and that kind of creates a little eye highlight for you. So we're going to carry on our complementary color combinations throughout the entire piece. If you put one color on one side, you should use the opposite color on the other. So to make it a little more challenging, I'm doing red violet for one half of my lips, meaning I need the opposite of that, which is green yellow for the other half of my lips. Time for our face shapes. So every time you choose a color for one of your face shapes on one side, make sure you're using the opposite color on the other side. Now you'll see I'm going to change colors quite a bit throughout this, so I'd like you to do the same. Don't forget to reference that chart in the top right to help you figure out what each color's opposite is. Now you still can use the color black. It's just important to remember what the opposite of black is, and that is white. So I colored one design black, and then I just outlined the design on the other side to make it a little more contrasted. I also want my hat on the left to be black as well. So I'm going to re-add some of that texture in there and color that black, meaning that I will make the hair tie on the other side white. Now I have that little hair barrette there. I'm going to make that yellow, so I'll just put a little purple streak in my white hair tie. Okay, on to our clothes. So I want to use multiple colors in my clothes for some of the different patterns. So I'm going to start with this blue-green. I think I'll do the collar of this shirt with the blue-green and the buttons. The opposite of blue-green is going to be orange-red. So found my orange-red or red-orange, and I'm going to color in the stripes on the other side with that. I'll color in my necklaces really quick, and I'll do one side green and the other side red. I want to show you something a little bit more unique for coloring in the bigger areas of our clothes, and that's how to create a gradient that has a complementary gradient on the other side. So for my right side, I'm going to use this red violet, and I'm going to fade that into a purple. A reminder on how to create a gradient is start with hard pressure on one side and slowly decrease pressure until you're getting lighter and lighter and lighter. So if you like, you could even just keep your gradient a one color gradient, but I'm going to go in from the opposite side with purple. So I'm going to press hard on the opposite side and slowly fade that purple into that red violet. Now for my other side, I need to find the opposites of red violet and purple. So the opposite of red violet is going to be yellow green. And the opposite of purple is going to be yellow. So I'll start with my yellow green and fade it off until it gets lighter and lighter and lighter and then disappears. And then I'll come in on the other side with that yellow and fade it into my yellow green. And now I have two pretty neat looking complementary color gradients on either side. I almost forgot these little shapes here. But once you are done all your shapes and your clothes, you're all finished. Now something I like to do with this artwork is cut it out and put it on a black background. If you don't have a black background, that's fine. You can always just color in your background or leave it blank. I hope you enjoyed creating this complementary color, Pablo Picasso inspired portrait. Okay everyone, until next time, bye bye!